to deal with?
Well, but here's from my perspective, we've talked about this on the phone, I'm hoping for some diversity in candidates, meaning women, minorities. I don't want all one race and sex to choose from. So I'm hoping that we can, branch out. I know that we discussed that. You guys are coming up with some methods of marketing the application. But saying that, a lot of those candidates are going to be at about 98,000. They've been a director of a department, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but they're a director of public works at, say, the city of Milwaukee, or they're, they are assistant village manager. So they might not have been the top, but they're really great candidates that can grow into a position that want that growth. And so, as Trustee Zovik said, I don't want to set the range at the bottom at 125, because if they're going to 98, we've got to start them at 125. And so I look out, like, I want to save the village money, and anyway, I don't want to be not attractive to people who are qualified, but I also want to be fiscally conservative that if we don't have to pay that much, we won't. And I don't think we should pay less than the assistant makes, our assistant village manager, or less than the police chief makes. But I want to set the range right above. That's what we did in Milwaukee with the mayor. Nobody paid more than the mayor, but it was real damn close, the next one down. So, there wasn't this big gap of $10,000 or $15,000 in between those two individuals.
I've done a lot of salary comp analysis on people running organizations of this size, and I'm amazed what people are making. 115 is like just the average. You definitely want a qualified person. You've got 28 million they're managed, and a very complex, we have a very community with a lot of expectations. We want somebody that's at the top of their game. So I don't think this is where we want to be scrimping pennies to save a couple bucks here, because we want somebody really, and we don't want them to come in so low that once they get a year or two from now go, oh, I'm underpaid, they start looking right away.
Then steps, they got merit pay, they got, we might throw in a moving incentive. I mean, all I'm saying is I'm with you, I want a qualified candidate. But if that qualified candidate happens to not be making as much as we think in their current position, and that's the person we choose, I'd like to pay them at the top of our salary range as the village manager, but might not necessarily be 125,000.
I'm concerned that the village manager and Neckwon and Bayside that Lee mentioned are at 130. So that seems to be the top range. So why are we going to 135? Can't we, I agree, 120 to 130, or, that's a good range.
The only problem with that is if you're hiring, it's very difficult to hire at the top of the range, though. That would be really good negotiating. You don't want to hire at the top of the range.
So are we set, what is the range now in our, we have an ordinance that talks about wage and salary. What's the range?
In this case,
Oh, I'm sorry. It was what?
90 to
Oh,
120.
so then we would be adopting a new, are we adopting something tonight to?
No.
Just adopting the candidate profile, which will list what the salary range will be as advertised.
Okay, but don't we have to change the wage? How do we pay that? Yeah. But if we're setting
we will
it,
have to do it.
We will have to.
right? I mean, it's not like we're not, this is deciding that range today.
Right.
Correct.
This
Well, that's fine.
This is the hiring range.
Okay. We have a audience member.
Hi, Ellen Ackman, 23rd Street, East Berkeley. I'm not sure that your guest on the phone can speak, but I do think you hired a consultant. The consultant is in the business of providing this kind of valuable information. He has provided that for you. We want to be competitive. We want to be out there. We don't want people coming in here and leaving in 2 years. We have to pay what the market wants. He's telling you in his expertise, this is where we have to be. And I would think that you need to consider that. This is all public information. This is all going out to prospective candidates. They're going to hear it right now. You're going to lowball people. Then you're saying that right from the beginning. And I think you ought to go for quality, and you pay what you get. If you want quality, you're gonna have to pay for quality, and I think this community.
I don't disagree, and I don't think anybody here is suggesting that we lowball. I think we all agree, we need to pay what we need to pay to get the quality that we need. Nobody's suggesting we'll lowball it. But I think there is a valid point saying if we say the bottom is here, and there is a really good plan candidate that's here, we're gonna say give me that. And maybe you're right, maybe it is just dimes and dollars, when we're talking about a multi-million-dollar budget, but nonetheless, at this point in trying to save money, the big, easy, low-hanging fruit is gone. When we look at things, it's all dimes and nickels that we're trying to shave and cut. And I don't mean at all, I'm the last person to ever suggest that in hiring a professional, particularly our lead administrator, it's the place that we ought to try to shave and cut and save nickels sometimes. At the same time.
At the same time, what?
At the same time, I think we just ought to consider it. I don't want to simply say, this is what he says.
I'd like to make a
let's take it.
motion. Well, we could do that after we make a motion in a second.
We're not agenda, it's training motions.
Yeah, we are.
You can
Yeah.
make a motion? Oh,
I mean, the motion is to approve the whole thing.
Yes.
With the changes we made, and you'd have to remark on this portion.
So you have to amend your motion to decide.
Correct.
So we adjust the range,
Yeah.
like 115 to 130? I mean, bigger range,
Yes.
why do we have to have such a
Yes.
narrow range?
And my thing is, I mean, if you look here, 8 Milwaukee area communities pay at 121. So why would we start at 125? I mean, I would like to at least include a bottom range that is compatible with surrounding communities.
You have to be a little cautious on averages because salary compression does take place in this kind of stuff. So somebody that's been there a while is going to get their 2% raises. But then if you look at somebody new starting, the salary compression goes away. And this is the same thing that's done, you've seen in academics, I'm sure.
It's a huge issue in that.
President Johnson,
Yes,
because I'm having a little hard time hearing the rest of the conversation, can you tell me where, did I hear a motion for setting the salary range?
you have not heard it yet. You heard
Oh,
somebody
okay.
starting to talk
Let me-
about such a thing.
Yeah, let me just add one thing, as an appreciation for what we're trying to accomplish here. The village is looking to hire an executive in charge of a $28 million corporation here, and so and you're competing, of course, with a market that is not only within the Milwaukee area, but a much larger market area there. If you're looking for some compromise here, then look to the salary that was advertised for the village of Glendale. That's recent, but I really cannot state it any more emphatically. It's a very competitive market out there right now, and so I would hope to stay in the range that's been recommended.
Okay, a question? I would love to know what the overall budget is for Glendale, because, so at a department at the state level, I was ahead of $44 million, which is twice the amount of the village of Shorewood, and I was paid $105,000. So, so it is comparable of the size of your budget of how much people make. So do you happen to know what Glendale's overall budget is compared to our $28 million?
Did you catch that, Lee?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't.
So, the question was, do you know what the size of the budget is for Glendale compared to Shorewood?
Let's see if I can find that. Give me a minute here.
They have a smaller population.
Right. That's okay, it's all about the budget. I'm just thinking.
Here's the 27 for my job.
I mean, you can, that base side isn't the same size.
Well, in the attending the higher starting of the consolidated service of the emergency communications, and that's run out of there, I know that tends to be range a little bit.
I mean, while he's searching, I mean, the other thing Mike said is just expanding the range. I don't know what that does.
Well, it says here the 2016 budget for Glendale for operations and maintenance totals 12.8 million. The total city budget without TIF, but including debt service and special revenue funds, is 19.2 million. I mean, but they have that huge TIF of Bay Shore. Do you count that or not? I mean,
Is our 28 million
yeah, I don't know, must be.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
our operating
Our
budget-
Our operations is like 1%.
Right, so they're at 19, just operations, and then that TIF is huge.
They have a giant police force as well.
I'd like to
Yeah,
recommend going from 120 to 135.
Glendale, and we advertised, or it was, it was advertised at $18 million budget excluding TIF debt.
He's still, okay.
I think that works, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion.
Okay.
So I move to approve the Shorewood Village Manager candidate profile and utilize the village manager.
Talk a little louder, so.
Oh, he
Yeah,
needs
if
to
you
hear
can
it.
use your mics too, that would be
He needs to
appreciated.
hear the motion? Okay.
Yeah.
I move to approve the Shorewood Village Manager candidate profile to utilize for the village manager recruitment and selection process with, do I have to state the changes that were discussed? Yes,
I'll just have to say that, you've got those with the changes.
with the changes that Tanya noted from our earlier discussion.
Okay. And
Salary range.
Do you want to include
and
salary?
include the salary.
With a salary range of 120 to 135.
Second.
Discussion.
I definitely can support some of that motion. I am concerned though, I want to be involved, I'm sure we will be, but just state it that if there's other incentives that are offered,
We will all be involved in it.
okay.
That is not
As a
an
board.
individual.
And then just some guidance on when we adjust that salary, when that time comes. I don't know if it's during budget, maybe we'll adopt that, a different salary range from what's on the list today,
Before, it would be before the village manager would start.
before they're hired, okay.
Yes.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor of the motion stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. So you've got it, Lee? You've got
I've got it.
got the changes that were discussed before in the salary range of 120-135.
Got it. Thank you very much. And I, because I've got a few of these changes to make, particularly with the language on housing, I'll get something to Tyler within the next day or so.
And that'd be good. And then our village clerk, Tanya, has been taking this down too. It's got the stuff there. Have you got some of this?
We've given all the changes. and
Okay.
everything.
Thank you so much, Lee.
Thank you. Thank you all. I really appreciate it.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Have a good night.
That takes us to, 6, yeah. Is there a motion to approve the April 17 minutes?
I move to approve the April 17, 2017 minutes.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I wasn't here, but it talks about having the motion that passed, let's see, number 5, the last sentence, was there a vote on the plan commission number? With trustee Menta voting nay, the motion carried 5-1. saw it on our agenda today, so I didn't know.
Now it's on chapter number 2.
Oh, there was two, okay, that clarifies it, thank you.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it. Where's future consideration? It notes that I, future consideration, go toward team building. I think the phrase that I use, and I'd rather use that's more appropriate, is board development.
I had a change on item 5. After the table, the second paragraph, the reappointment of Chris Gallagher was deferred to a later meeting so that there could be more discussion. I didn't look back at the tape, but our discussion committee was that it would go back to JP&L.
So defer to, rather than the board.
Well, that